Welcome back to Moving to Hampton Roads. I get a lot of people who reach out to me and they say, Dave, we'd love to move to Williamsburg, but we don't want to live in an HOA. And a lot of times they've heard of neighborhoods like Ford's Colony or Kings Mill. And those neighborhoods have fairly high HOA dues, they have a ton of amenities, and they do have quite a few restrictions as well. And these people are really they're not getting a lot of value out of the amenities, so they feel like it's a waste of money. And they really generally don't want someone to tell them what they can and can't do with their house or their property. That's very understandable. So in today's video, we're going to take a look at 6 neighborhoods throughout Williamsburg that do not have an HOA. Stick around and we're going to get right to it. My name's David Tortellini, and I help people buy and sell property here in Williamsburg and throughout all of Hampton Roads. If this is your first time to the channel, please do me a favor and subscribe. And then when you're ready to buy a home here in the area, give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. My team and I are here, and we would absolutely love to help you out. Before we get to our first neighborhood, let me show you where we are. So we're at Emily's Donuts right here off of Merrimack Trail, which is kind of like one of the main roads that goes through the northern York County part of Williamsburg and heads right into Colonial Williamsburg. And then behind me on the other side, we've got Shoe Fly Dairy Bar. Let's see if I can get the sign there. We've got Shoe Fly Dairy Bar and Moody's. So if you have kids, the ice cream shop and the donut shop, I mean, these are going to be a big part of your life if you're here in northern York County. And this is where we're going to start our first neighborhood. We're going to be heading up this way. We're going to go to our first neighborhood. It's right behind Magruder Elementary School. So if you do have elementary school age children, this first neighborhood, you're going to be really close, just about, walking distance, maybe a little bit more to the elementary school. So really great spot. We're going to start there, and then we're going to work our way all throughout Williamsburg as we head to our 6 different neighborhoods. All right, let's get to our first one. Okay, we're in our first neighborhood of Queenswood. And this is a great neighborhood in the northern York County part of Williamsburg, near where we just started the video, over by Shoe Fly Dairy Bar. But there's some other really fun things to do in this area. So we're really close to Busch Gardens and Water Country USA. So those are 2 huge things. Then if you want to go out for a drink, we got like 8 Shires Distillery is right down the street, as well as Virginia Beer Company. Then some great little restaurants like Cachone on 2nd, 2nd Street Bistro, and a few others. This is an up-and-coming area. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's a very, very nice area. But in terms of just like there being more restaurants and fun things to do like that, this area is really developing and becoming one of the best parts of Williamsburg. So these homes right here, they're going to be 1,300 to about 2,800 square feet. Most of them, though, you can see are kind of the bigger 2,000 plus square foot homes. And they're selling for about $335 for the small ones, up to about, let's say, $435, $450 for the larger homes. So really great neighborhood, all 3 and 4 bedroom, a couple of 5 bedrooms, and just a really nice, good suburban kind of neighborhood, really easy, very close to Magruder Elementary School. It's walkable-ish. You can ride a bike to it. And then middle school is not too far from here. Bruton High is in pretty far northern York County, so you definitely got to take the bus or drive your kids when they go to high school, though. So anyhow, great spot. I'm going to drive you through the whole neighborhood, so that's what we'll do. Spend a couple minutes talking, and then just do a good couple minute drive through of each of our neighborhoods today. And let's go check out the rest of this neighborhood that has no homeowners association. Next up is Indian Springs, and we are right in the heart of colonial Williamsburg. Literally down the street there, that's William and Mary campus. And that house right there, built up at the top of the street, that house was built in 1840. So you are really looking at an old historic neighborhood. All the rest of the construction, though, started in the 1930s here. They've really built all the way through the 90s here in Indian Springs. So this is a really cool spot. If you want to be in city of Williamsburg and you want to be within walking distance of colonial Williamsburg, so that's all within walking distance right down the street from here, you can do that right here in Indian Springs without being in an HOA. Now, fairly expensive neighborhood. The last two homes in here were in the 3,000 square foot range, and they sold for in the mid 700s. So definitely a little bit more money to be here in Indian Springs than in other parts of Williamsburg, and this is the most expensive area that we're going to look at today. But you can find a range of home sizes here. You can get down into a little 1,500 square foot Cape Cod, and there are a few that are kind of getting up into that 4,500 range as well. So really nice variety, really cute, beautiful neighborhood, very different than where we just came. This is very colonial Williamsburg. So if you like that feel and you have a little extra to spend, just note you're not going to get kind of the big suburban yard here. That's just part of it. But William and Mary's right there. Colonial Williamsburg is right there. It's awesome. So really cool spot. I'll drive you around. You can see the whole thing. And this brings us to a neighborhood called Kings Point. And where we're located is, we've made our way west. We're heading towards Jamestown, but we're on the opposite side of College Creek from Jamestown, so just a little south of that. And this is a great neighborhood they started building in the 60s, and they built kind of all the way through the 90s. But you're going to find some really nice size homes in here. They can stretch from 1,400 square feet to like 5,500, because you're going to get homes that are on College Creek. So you're going to get some waterfront homes in here. So you're going to be typically spending in the 400s and 500s, but if you get one of those waterfront guys, you can go way higher than that. Now, you're going to find that this neighborhood is just really unique. It is the first of two neighborhoods we're going to look at today that has an optional HOA. So I wanted to show you some homes where some neighborhoods with the optional HOA options. What does that mean? It means you don't have to join the HOA. There's no rules and regulations for the neighborhood. But this neighborhood does have a pool and a clubhouse and kind of some soccer fields, and it has water access with some canoes, so you can launch a boat there, and some pretty docks. So this is a best of both worlds option. So if you do want to be able to do all those things, but you don't want to, if maybe one day you want to do those things, or maybe you want the HOA stuff, but you don't want the rules, you know, that this is a great neighborhood for you. You know, there are several in the area like this. Another in the Jamestown area, it's called First Colony. That's a great neighborhood, similar situation. So this is going to be a spot where you can come in, get a great home. Maybe maybe you do want the pool. Maybe all of a sudden you have grandkids and you decide, hey, you know, or kids even, you decide, you know, I do want access to the pool. You can do that here without still having all the wacky, all the crazy rules that come along with living in an HOA. And, you know, the other good benefits here, you're right around the corner from like the Williamsburg winery. And you're right down the street from Jamestown. You actually hop on the Colonial Parkway right outside of this neighborhood. So you get right outside this neighborhood, hop on the Colonial Parkway, take that around. You got the scenic drive along the James, and that'll bring you right down to historic Jamestown, places like Billsburg Brewery, Frothy Moon, places, stuff like that. So really cool spot, kind of hidden. I don't think a lot of people know that this neighborhood is here. It's I mean, it's not off it's off of a busy area, but I just don't think people think to turn down here. There's no huge sign that says Kings Point this way, like not like Kingsmill, you know? So very, very nice neighborhood. Drive you through at the end. A family had just gotten in the pool when I got here today, so I couldn't get a good video of the pool for you, but we were able to go we'll drive by it and you can kind of get a good feel for it, I think. So anyhow, let's drive through the neighborhood. Our next neighborhood is Windsor Forest, and this is one of my favorite neighborhoods in all of Williamsburg. And this is another one that has the optional HOA. So this is a great neighborhood, again, if you want to have the pool as an option, but you don't necessarily want it maybe day one. And you certainly don't want the rules and regulations. But this is really good, really big neighborhood. We're now in kind of getting to the little bit of the northwestern quadrant of Williamsburg, near Ford's Colony, if you're familiar with that area. We're also near Freedom Park, which is awesome, has like this big zip line course called Go Ape. Also has, and then also nearby, you're gonna find the Whisk, which is the War Hill Sports Complex. That's where your kids are gonna play all their soccer games. They got indoor soccer, they've got a gym. That place is really cool. So this is a great neighborhood. Most of these homes are selling in the $500,000 to $600,000 range. And you know, it's cool because you're gonna get a unique styles. You know, you're gonna get something in that style, you know, and then you get a very traditional home right across the street. So you're going to have a lot of different options here. And because it is a big neighborhood, you know, there's a lot of room for that. So these homes are all built in like the 70s and 80s. So the one thing that it does have that I don't like is there are still a lot of homes that have wood siding. Now, a lot of those are starting to go away, and they're residing them and making them, you know, a little bit more, you know, doing vinyl siding or hardy plank. But that's kind of the only negative. You know, when I came here today, the pool was bumping. There were a ton of people out. So I didn't get any shots of the pool or anything like that. So I have some old ones from when it was closed. Those are kind of integrated in. So other than that, yeah, you are looking at just a really wonderful neighborhood. If you're moving to Williamsburg, you don't want to be in an HOA, and you're looking for a nice size home. Most of these are in the 2,000, 3,000 square foot range, though there are some really big ones up to like 4,700 square feet. And then there are some smaller ones that can go down to like 1,600 square feet or so. And so yeah, you can get a nice, you know, really nice size home here, 500, 600,000. And yeah, and there, so this is a big neighborhood. We're gonna drive around for a little bit. You're not gonna see the whole thing like you have in a couple of these other ones. So just know you're gonna get a nice little feel for it. All right, let's get in the car. And that'll bring us up to Christian Sand. So this neighborhood is located just into Norge, really on the border with the area that we call Lightfoot. So it's really going to be in an area where we're looking at being probably about 4 miles north of the Williamsburg outlets. So if you know where those are, premium outlets are about 3.5 miles, 4 miles south of here, down Richmond Road. So we're just into Norge. So the area of Lightfoot, though, I think is really important because that's where you're going to get your really nice Harris Teeter. There's a lot of shopping and dining there. You got like the New York Deli is right there. Taco Mexicali has a great reputation. That's down there. But here you're going to find a lot of starter homes. You're going to find like ranchers here. And this is our least expensive neighborhood of the day because here you really can get a home for around $300,000. So some of these starter home ranchers, you're gonna go for around 300. There are some bigger houses in here that'll get you up into the 4s, but there's not too many. I mean, this is a really good spot for someone looking to get into their first home in Williamsburg. And especially if you're okay being in the, you know, in the kind of, when you get up into Norge, you're getting away from things a little bit. You know, our next neighborhood's going to be up in Toano, and that's going to be even further. So, you know, this is a really great spot for getting your first place, getting into Williamsburg, and really just kind of settling in here. Now, this neighborhood actually does have a little playground and park. It doesn't seem to get used. It's an afternoon. It's a Tuesday afternoon. There's no one there, so you are going to get a little park here. So that's nice. So if you do have kids, you want to have a little playground to go play at, that's pretty cool. Big field to go play some soccer and stuff like that. So anyhow, let's drive around. Christian Sand, really great place to get that starter home, kind of get your life started here in Williamsburg. Okay, we're going to finish up in Toano, and this is a couple miles north of where we just were, and we're in the neighborhood of Mirror Lake Estates. So this is a great neighborhood for anyone looking for a starter home, or maybe a first-time move-up like this home here might be. So here you're going to find a lot of ranch-style homes. They're going to range from around 1,300 square feet up to around, say, around 3,000 square feet for some of the big ones. So we're going to get this over here. So this is a good example of what you might find. It's a great, easy neighborhood. We're up in Toano. Things start to get a little bit more spread out here, a little bit more country sort of feel up here. There isn't nearly as much to do. So you got to get back on Richmond Road and head back down a few miles before you get back down to kind of Christian Sand where we just were, and the neighborhoods and restaurants and everything like that. So you are looking at about, like a little 5 to 10 minute drive to get to a lot of kind of fun stuff. So, but you get great value here, mid 300s. And this neighborhood is connected to a neighborhood filled with huge homes that is an HOA called Wellington. So all you need is for your kids to become friends with the kids that live in Wellington, and you can send them to that pool all the time. You never have to deal with them. So kind of best of both worlds right here in Mirror Lake Estates. All right, this is a great little neighborhood. You see it's nice and open and really pretty. Homes here, 80s construction, some 90s. So, if compared to some of the other stuff we've seen today, fairly new. So really good spot up here in Toano. Let's drive around and then we'll wrap it up for the day. I really hope you got a lot out of today's video. Williamsburg is an HOA heavy community. And so, it's good to know that there are pockets where you can get into a neighborhood where there's either no HOA or where at least the HOA is optional, which could be the best of both worlds for a lot of people. So the other thing to keep in mind is that once you get outside of the densely populated parts of Williamsburg and you get up into Toano or up into far northern York County, there are going to be a lot of roads that are just kind of off the beaten path a little bit. They're not going to be part of planned subdivision. So if you don't even want to be in a planned subdivision, let me know and I can help you with that too, because you can just be kind of a little bit a ways from everybody and certainly get that no HOA, no planned subdivision feel. It's just hard to do a video on those because it requires just driving down a bunch of random roads. So for the sake of this video, I really want to just get you into some of the subdivisions. So I'm here at College Landing Park. Let me show you this. This is cool. So I'm on South Henry Street heading towards Colonial Williamsburg. Really cool place. There's a pier behind me that way. And it's a good place to just come and hang out. There's a lot of people here when they do come here. They just kind of come and relax and hang out for a minute. So really just kind of wanted to get by here and finish up this video for you. Now, if you have any comments or questions, you can leave those below and I will respond to them as soon as possible. In the meantime, I am going to have links in the description of the different subdivisions that we went to look at today, so you can see what's currently for sale. So just click on one of those. It'll show you what's active whenever you watch the video. And then, of course, when you're ready to make your move to the area or you want to have a conversation, give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. The team and I are here, and we'd absolutely love to help you out. And of course, don't forget to like this video, share it with anyone else you know who may be moving to the Williamsburg area, and subscribe to this channel. Again, my name is David Tortellini. I'm with eXp Realty. Thank you so much for watching.